Welcome to Forum Watch for Seth. Let's grab 69, review whichever topics to please to make it look like a breeze. Turning ordinary posters into audio roller coasters. Listen to Forum Watch or break your knees. What, do you think this is a joke? Got a baseball bat with your name on it right here. Listen to the fucking podcast, bitch.
G'day, Forum. We just want to say how much we love you. From the cannon to the fannon, the debates and the shenanigans, the highs and the lows, the bands and the fans, the frenzy that locks us up, and the passion that sets us free. We participate, or we linger, ever watching. Because in the Forum Watch, we like to watch.
Chief Bloderson shaking that ass.
Hi. That was so funny. Hi, I'm Scrap69, and welcome to the Forum Watch. And I'm joined today by Saf. How are you, Saf?
Hey, how's it going, Scrap?
It's great. Man, that introduction was so funny.
Yeah, good job on that, dude.
Woof. Pity we haven't heard it just yet. I still need to make it.
yeah, that'll be...
Oh my god. Oh, it's like brilliance. Like you know the brilliance of something before you make it. Like that's how funny it is. It's so funny that it's not funny at all because it doesn't exist, which is brilliant, you know?
But when it doesn't exist, it doesn't have any flaws. It's just perfect.
Exactly. You know, that's sort of like chipping down a crystal, you know, like in South Africa, those blood diamonds, you know, you can sort of chip them down to nothingness.
Blood diamond.
Yeah, in a way. People wouldn't know a blood diamond from a bloody simple diamond as long as you keep cutting the damn thing until it's perfect. Or nothing, in a way, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I'll make sure to link a Kanye West track that talks more about that.
Oh, really? Do to me now. Is she in a gold digger? Is that what you're talking about?
No, he did a song about blood diamonds, not gold digger.
Well, I still think... that Gold Digger was quite a good song, you know?
Gold digger's a classic. I love the video.
Yeah. So, speaking of poor reception, I reckon we did a pretty good job in the Forum Watch, eh?
Yeah, I was actually really surprised. I was expecting a lot more of a mixed reaction, but people seem to really like what we got going here and really seem to have a lot of faith in us.
Maybe we're broadcasting to, like, I don't know, people that are mentally ill.
or maybe we're broadcasting to people who are already our friends.
Yeah, it's sort of like that in a way.
Maybe both.
Yeah.
Probably both.
Because they sort of know who we are, they like us, so they're like, oh yeah, we're good mates, even though we've never heard them before. But, you know, they're good enough lads, so we'll listen to it and, oh, what, you know, they're sort of similar personalities, isn't that?
Yeah, and
And you know what else is the weirdest thing? Despite them being your mate, they thought you sounded like bloody Burt Reynolds, didn't they?
yeah.
Especially that Rourke, Heil, Cobble.
Oh, just tons of people. Just probably like half the forum I found out always pictured me as having Burt Reynolds' voice.
See, you know, I had no idea who Burt Reynolds was. I honestly thought it was a Mexican with a moustache.
Mexican. Catch this random Mexican on X-Files this week.
Was he on X-Files, was he?
Yeah, that was my avatar is from an advertisement for Burt Reynolds on the X-Files.
Oh, okay.
It was originally given to me as a punishment avatar, so I always felt ashamed by it, and I always pictured my own posting voice as representing the shame I felt from having that avatar.
Really? I'd be sort of proud of that avatar, especially if they were like, you know, in theme with X-Files, like tentacles coming out to like rape other forum members. Tentacles are the best kind of forum posting. That's what I think. But that's just me.
But you know, I like that Alf actually picked a punishment avatar to wear unironically. He has that Jimmy Fallon one we used to use.
Oh, really? When you said Alf, I thought you were referring to the Alf cock that you posted just before you got banned. Yeah. So I don't know why people like these punishment avatars, but honestly, I think they look cool. And if we can have more random ass looking lads, that you have no idea who they are, then I think that's a good thing. So let's moving on from there. I had a look at some of my personal reviews, and I was reviewed as uh, delightfully insane and maniac by Mr. Famicom and Waddle DDD, which I think is a pretty good compliment. But then I get some pretty mixed reviews, like bloody Cobble, he says, funny and quirky, as well as genius. And then Joe goes on, and this is tough, because I'm sensitive, but it hurts, and he goes, chock full of laughs. And I don't know, the bloody twats, I just want to be given nice feedback. None of this funny and quirky shenanigans. It's really hurtful.
You'd think that because they are our friends and they do know us, they wouldn't say such hurtful
Yeah,
things.
those bloody
It's a little ridiculous. Come on, guys.
bloody twats. But then Happy Bob, also known as Alistair, says assertive, which is kind of what the judge said when I was in my rape trial. So that's a good representation. So thanks, Alistair. You're the best.
Oh, you are the best.
So what did people reckon about you, Saf?
First, I gotta say that I was really surprised by some of the really in-depth reviews and analysis some people gave, like Milo and the aforementioned Alistair and Waddle DD. Some of my favorite masturbatory quotes were Waddle DD said, "I was thoughtful and insightful as ever," and meanwhile, Quaspec104 commented that I sound really young.
That's a really big compliment.
It's a really big compliment. I look really young. I mean, I get carded when other people buy cigarettes.
So do people sort of like mistake you for like, I don't know, Lestat in the Vampire Diaries? No, fuck, Diary of...
Lestat in the Vampire Diaries.
No, what the fuck's it called? Interview with the Vampire? Or did they just chop off your testicles back in South Africa?
I was in a GameStop and the staff was making a bunch of dirty jokes, and then one of them pointed at me and was like, "Hey, there's a high schooler in here." And I'm like, "I'm 24, dudes."
So I'm assuming you don't have any pubic hair or growth on your mouth just yet.
Oh no, I am smooth as a baby.
Smooth as a baby. I can't wait to visit your house and look under your bed sheets.
Oh yeah, under the covers.
Speaking of shenanigans in the bedroom, a lot of people expressed surprise that my voice isn't actually South African. But the reality is that I was born in South Africa. And you know what my mother said? She said to me, bloody hell, Scraps, if you keep using that bloody South African accent, your native language, you're never going to go everywhere. Anyway, all you're going to do is get your bloody legs amputated, right? And then what will happen is you become a Paralympic champion, you move on, bang some models, then you bloody kill that bitch in the bathroom, right? And then you get away with it scot-free, which is a pretty shameful deal. But instead, now I'm just, using my voice to, and successfully using my voice to be a host of the Forum Watch, which I think, I'm not sure whether to be depressed or not, so...
Well, I think it's the more moral choice, but, you said you could have gotten away with it, and as you said last week, if there's a crime and there's logic behind it, go for it.
Exactly. That's how you do things, especially like that Malaysian flight. Bloody pilots hijacking planes, isn't that crazy?
It's insane, and he wasn't even Muslim.
Well, you never know with Malaysians.
Oh, he wasn't Arab. He wasn't bad Muslim.
He wasn't on the rag.
Yes, on the rag head.
Look, if he had his period, right, they would have been able to track that plane because he would have left a trail in the water.
Trail through the sky.
Because they'd see the red. I don't know.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, next thing is Kupal. He says, "One about the forums now? Well, I never really judge things by a pilot. I'll wait for the next episode to listen to." So, Kupal, it's
Oh, another one of these.
yeah, another great Kupal comment for the day. So, what you're saying is, if we name every episode and we say that it's a pilot, does that mean that he'll never listen to this episode?
You know, that seems like a good idea, because that's really what you're looking for in a title. Self-referentialism.
I think we're going to shove a pilot somewhere in there,
Just keep shoving them in all season long.
and not lost somewhere in the Indian Ocean. Then the next thing that I noticed was Milo. He said, "G'day, mate. You skimmed over the theories about true retro fan. Do we not think it's a mod sock puppet, most likely run by Hyle to mock the hypothetical Metroid-loving fan base?" Well, to that, Milo, I say no. Well, it's actually probably Clutch or Cameron. You know, he's always one. I reckon he's like a quiet one. So, you know, if you look at his tires, I reckon Cameron's heart is as black as the tires on his avatar. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that Cameron. I mean, it does seem like the type of thing he'd do. Seems like his kind of fucked up humor.
He would literally run over you while you're standing naked after getting caught out by your girlfriend's parents. So, what a bastard.
He'd honk the horn and launch a handful of coins. Take those really gay and specific elevators. It's just fire out the references. Hope one of those sticks.
I honestly have no idea what reference that is, but anyways.
It's fucking Banjo-Tooie, dude. Remember?
What happens in Banjo 2?
Well, if you don't know, there's really no point in finding out.
Oh, okay. Apparently, Banjo's naked with a bird in his hands. That's how I like my birds. In my
Bird
hands.
in the hand is worth two in the bush.
Ooh!
Oh,
Now
wow, getting saucy here.
Now we're bringing out the expressions, aren't we?
Yeah, getting warmed up here.
Then Scene says,
Scene, I believe it's pronounced Sean.
"Oh, really?
Yeah, I used to make that mistake all the time. No big deal.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's Sean.
It's Sean,
It's not Scene
Scene?
King. It's Sean King. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, sorry, dude. I didn't mean to call you out there.
Well, Sean,
Sean.
this is what he said. He said, "I think if I end up being featured on this, either in a contemporary or nostalgic capacity, I'll have to hang myself." Well, Sean, guess what? Our next segment is a nostalgically contemporary look at your life. Woo!
That's at least a whole episode in itself. I could probably do 3 or 4 on Sean King's entire history with this site, from his time with the new staff to,
He used to do the Roundtable podcast, didn't he?
Oh man, I forgot. Yeah, he invented the Pod DK cast. He's really the reason we're all here doing this right now.
Yeah, pretty much, because the history of the podcast is essentially started out with the round table, didn't it? And then it carried on, and I saw some comments by Chad saying, "Oh, your mic's a shit, fuck you, you cunts," and all that. And then
Sounds like Chad.
yeah, yeah, that bitter bastard. Yeah, so then Matt took over the Pod DK cast, and that ran for a while as a topical, type of podcast. Then Chad and Hal created the Conversation about a year ago now, and then we created our podcast, the Forum Watch, and we completely ignored the Vine audio program.
Yes. I do want to note that Alistair actually responded to my gentle calling out I gave him last episode. He says that though he's taken on duties with his own YouTube troupe, that it's always been in his nature to be working on multiple projects. He says that he compares his completion of the Vine episode to Hyle's Donkey Konga 2 crusade.
And we all know how that's going.
Yeah. When was the last time that thread got updated? Before Tropical Freeze came out.
Not too sure, but
I'm pretty sure somebody's popped in there and tried to guilt him into doing some more.
I'm pretty sure, Donkey Konga 2 popped inside of Hio, if you know what I mean.
Ah, yes, NES boy. NES boy just won't let up on him, which I think is a good thing. I think Hyle needs his feet held to the fire just a little bit.
And roasted. I like myself a cooked Hile. So, going on from Happy Bob's, well, Alistair, what the hell do you prefer us to call you, Alistair? Let us know.
Yes, let us know, because certainly you'll listen to this. I have no doubt.
Absolutely. So he says, the more you can do to... Oh, wait, no, he's Australian. The more you can do to legitimise and formalise that, the better. An RSS feed, sweet talking Zeppelin or Matt into doing segment intros. Well, Alistair, let me tell you what I know about RSS feed. Nothing.
Me neither.
So, look, I'm going to be making an intro, and if you guys like the intro that we introduced at the beginning of the episode, let us know. If it's shit, let us know. And then if it's so bad, we'll probably introduce a competition next episode as to who can make a best intro. What do you reckon about that idea, Saf?
I mean, pretty much if you make anything for us, we're going to play it on the show. I mean, we're not picky, and we'd love to have contributions. We'd love to involve people.
That's right. I'm not picky like with my prostitutes in the red light district, and I always like a few STI contributions into my, genitals.
Oh, STI. I was like, what does that stand? Oh,
Also known as STDs.
yeah, as it's more commonly known as.
Sorry, this is an Australian thing. They changed it from STD to STI, so I didn't realise they haven't changed the name in the USA.
Crazy cultural barrier thing going on with this whole production. It's great.
See, so at least my production name still remains relevant in the USA. Fucking Australia.
I love Alistair's suggestion of renaming the show Internal Affairs Forum Watch.
Oh yeah? What do you reckon?
I think that's a good idea.
All right. I'm not sure if I'm going to put that into the music intro song because it's not quite as catchy, but we can certainly put it in as our podcast title. What do you reckon?
We could probably just keep fucking changing the title. I mean, what's it really matter? Let's have fun with this.
This is a working title, all right? So we're going to change it to whatever the fuck we like.
Forever working title.
Yeah.
That should just be the name of our show.
We'll confuse everyone by changing the title of our forum thread, and it'll be Anal Watch, or then it'll be
Anal watch.
Oh yeah, well, half the time that is the forum watch.
Yeah, pretty much. Now that we've gone past our egotistic selves and we've probably recorded way too much of this introduction bit than necessary, we've already recorded 24 minutes of this crap. Anyways,
This complete shit, this complete unlistenable, just fucking abortion.
exactly. I can't believe we just spent bloody 20 minutes on just our own little shit.
We love ourselves so much.
I look at myself in the mirror and I just get an erection, so
Erection.
it's delicious.
Toasty.
Toasty!
I just so want to call the conversation and just do their little bits and funny voices.
Yeah.
I just want to call and just go on for 20 minutes. I bet they'd play it.
We should totally steal some of their jokes into this show.
We should just keep stealing all their jokes.
Oh, I know one. Peroxide toes. I'm not even sure why that's funny. I saw the video on www.dkvine.com/forums/interactive, and nothing special really, is that?
What's really funny about it now is because Chad has changed the forum address. If you type in www.dkvine/forum, you go to the forum. If you type in dkvine.com/forums with an S, you get sent to infected toe and peroxide.
Wow, that's brilliant, Chad.
Yeah, that's a problem.
If I could hack into DK Vine, I would make the forums redirection Gotsy.
Oh, ooh, careful, careful. That's
Hey, it's pretty much the equivalent of going into the DK Vine forums anyway. You're just looking at a different asshole.
except this one's more open about it. Oh, damn.
Whoa, you're pulling out the big punches here, Saf. Or may I say, sexy ass fucker.
Mm.
Let's talk about a forum thread because we are the Forum Watch, so we talk about different threads on the DK Vine. So the one of the forum threads that caught my eyes, and we like to call this an explosive thread. Should we define explosive thread, Saf?
An explosive thread is a thread that becomes explosive.
Just like my penis. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Look, what it essentially comes down to is someone writes perhaps an interesting or a controversial topic, and then what happens is there's a whole bunch of replies within a day or so, or a day or two, and then it just dies out.
Usually within a period of hours, it'll balloon to the second page.
Yeah, that's right. And then all of a sudden, no one talks about it. It's like an explosion. It goes, and then sort of.
And then there's just a crater.
That's right. It's just a crater of nothingness. So the explosive thread that we want to cover is in the completely relevant discussions. It's called What If I'm Satan? And this is posted by DK Spartacus.
DK Spartacus. What if he is Satan? What then? What then, Scraps?
I hope when I go down to hell that he makes sure that I'm raped, bound and tied, and, he takes advantage of me with his thorny Satan cock.
I don't know where to go from that.
Exactly. You don't go anywhere when you're down in hell. Look, when I read the post, it was this massive, massive ass post, and I sort of tried to read it, but it's kind of like case law. Like, judges write a whole bunch of crap. But the idea is that you get to the ratio dissidendi, as in you get to the point of what's being said in what's written. I think what is essentially written is that he hates religion because it encourages social issues. He wants to bomb Islamic countries and create a new world order to create, and let me quote, world of tolerance and rationality and improving people's standards of living through technology. So, because he has this opinion, he thinks that he's regarded as Satan because, in essence, he wants to wipe out religion.
Which seems weird because isn't Satan powered by fear?
Yeah, it's powered by religion, ironically, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Satan even has his own religion.
Does he? Oh yeah, he's got Satanism. Yeah!
Yeah, that's who they worship.
Far out. I didn't think of that. You're bloody brilliant, aren't you, Saf?
Yeah, I'm a regular ass fucker.
Whenever I see a thread like this, it's kind of like sex because when I'm having sex, right, and there are domestic animals involved, I notice that when a cat comes and sees into a room and sees you having sex, the cat will go there for a moment, look at what you're doing, and then be like, well, I'm letting myself out of this one. See ya. Whereas on the other hand, you have people that you have the dogs, right? And when they see someone having sex, well, they're keen. They jump right in. They're sniffing your ass, and they might even try to join in on the thing. And I reckon I'm like a cat. But then you have people like Chaos Heart, who are like the dog.
Chaos Heart.
And you and Chaos Heart had a bit of a interesting exchange, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get into it too much. I don't want to be spreading drama here on the Forum Watch.
We never spread drama in the Forum Watch.
Oh, no, that's not at all what we're here to do.
You're all bloody twats! There goes our ratings.
Our ratings. Ugh, what even joke is there to make about our ratings?
Like 3, but we might get 4 if we know how to do RSS feeds.
Oh yeah, that RSS fee. That'll increase our dividends by 33%.
And I love increasing my dividends, if you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean.
Gross product.
I think I'm making too many innuendos in this episode. I'll try and stop.
In this episode, I doubt you'll make more in this episode than you did last episode.
Did I make many innuendos in the last episode?
Did you? I'm gonna go through and count them.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just wait here while you listen to the 51. Actually, it'll be funny. You spend the next 51 minutes listening to our original pilot episode, counting the number of times. It'll be like, oh, yep, there's one. Oh, yeah. Wait.
And then we just splice in the whole episode here.
Yeah. We play the whole episode through the next episode. That would make it even more absurd than the premise of the show. Let's review our own podcast, eh?
No, we play the previous episode, but we change subtle things. And those subtle things, you're gonna find out, have this complicated sci-fi backstory behind them.
Sorry, I just blanked out just there. What?
I said we play the previous episode, but we changed these subtle things about them. And then at the end of the season, you find out that there was this complicated sci-fi backstory behind this whole show.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, this is actually Doctor Who. We're actually inside the TARDIS.
Ah, the TARDIS. Retardis. Oh, that's not nice. I'm not a hater.
How about the FTARDIS? Fucking TARDIS.
Haha, there you go.
So that thread is a explosive thread, and essentially you and Chaos Heart essentially have a bit of a spar, and
But you know, I went into it intending to spar. You know, I didn't go into it intending to actually win a debate, or you know, it was arguing with Chaos Heart. It's not like I didn't know what I was getting into with that one. But, you know, I had a good time. Got to do some ironies in there. It was a fun time. And best of all, when I was done, the thread died. Killed it. Victory accomplished.
there you go. See, you
Oh,
you are a massive influence on the DK Vine, and it just shows that once Saf is done with you, or the ladies, then he's done. That chick or that thread will never be the same again. In fact, they'll probably just be still, which kind of means you murdered them afterwards.
With my massive cock.
Oh yeah, 50 inches.
Toasty.
Yeah, toasty. Toasty. And it was toasty because of the rubber burning.
I hate it when that happens. I hate cheap condoms. It's just such a bad idea. Always spraying for the name brand, kids. Always.
I know. I actually find that if I don't use Ansel, the other ones break
Ah,
because I'm such a rough rider. Speaking of rough riders, sometimes you need to rough ride a lass, but she's a bit ugly, you know?
yeah.
And this sort of is a segue to the ugliest characters of the DKU thread, which is found in the general DKU discussion.
Sort of a segue.
Look, Saf, if we say it's a segue, it's a segue. And you know what's weird? Segue is spelled S-E-Q-U-E,
Mm-hmm.
is it?
Yeah.
With a Q.
With a Q.
How does that make any sense?
Is it a Q or is it a G?
I don't know. Well, you decide, listeners. You get to vote.
You get to vote.
Call now and give us the answer. Tick tock, tick tock, tick.
Yes, call 1-281-410-KONG.
Or 5664 if you need the number. Looks like no one's answering that call.
Yeah, looks like the lines are dead. All right.
Well, I think they're as dead as my last ex-girlfriend.
Because of your massive cock.
So anyways, ugliest characters of the DKU.
Ugliest characters of the DKU.
So here's something that Rourke says. He says that he thinks Daisy and Candy Kong are the ugliest characters in the DKU. And following on from that, forum members Famicom and Planet Cool agree. Now, the thing is, and I've noticed this is a trend for the last, well, ever since I've joined the forums in, I don't know, was it 2010? 2010. is that a lot of people think that Candy Kong is one of the ugliest characters in the DKU. And you know what? I don't really understand that opinion because, she might have had a pretty weird CGI look in the original DKC, but then she turned into a bit of a minx in Donkey Kong 64, and the pay on desires, she is fucking sexy as shit, man. I don't think you can turn Manky Kong, who I think is actually the ugliest character in the DKU, into anything as close as hot as Candy Kong. And that's even if Mankey was in drag.
Yeah, if he had that transsexual boost.
If you get a picture of him and you put makeup on him with like red lipstick and all that, he just wouldn't be as hot as Candy Kong. What do you think about Candy Kong, Saf?
I feel like Candy Cog was, she was originally a joke character. She's dressed up like this old-timey kind of beachwear model
Baywatch, you mean?
from Baywatch in the 19th century.
Yeah, she's extra hairy, just like the women in the 19th century.
But like you said, they sexed her up for DK64, which I feel like was among the many problems that game had. But you're right. It's really strange to single her out. I feel like you couldn't really even single her out among the female characters. I mean, look at Grunty. Is Grunty really not uglier than Candy?
Oh man, when she transforms into sexy Grunty, I just want to spread those legs, go with a spoon.
You see, whenever that happens, I'm just wondering where the scarf went.
Well, that's how she solves the problem with the rag.
Callback.
Yeah, we did it again.
Oh, yeah.
If we make a Lost reference, then we have surpassed the last episode.
Does referencing our referentialism of Lost count as a Lost reference, or is that too meta?
Look, that just confused me, but I'll just say yes.
I guess
Yes, it
that's
is.
the answer.
So, anyways, in that thread, I bring in the point of Wario, Waluigi, and General Pepper. They're all ugly,
What's wrong with General Pepper?
Have you looked at the lad? It looks like he's got his eyes gouged out, and I don't know, looks pretty ugly, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd do him, I don't think you could put him right after Wario and Waluigi. I mean, ugh. But I feel like a lot of people don't like to count those kinds of characters from, the cameo games or Star Fox, the latter days Star Fox. But, I just feel like we're lucky not to have attracted a large furry contingent on the boards. Because I feel like there had to be a bunch of them at Rare, and it just seems like we would have gathered at least a dozen of them. But, other than that one guy years ago who was obsessed with werewolves, I don't think anybody's really ever hinted towards it.
Oh yeah, was there a lad obsessed with werewolves?
Oh, yes, IDK. He would make thread after thread about werewolves of all things. And at first, nobody noticed, but then you started thinking, somebody made a thread about werewolves a couple weeks ago. And then you scroll down, you check, and sure enough, it's that same guy.
Wow. But the thing is, I suppose there's a bit of an attraction to werewolves because, on the one hand, they're these muscly, fierce things, and then they have a human element. So, I think if anyone's to be obsessed with werewolves, it would be the lasses because these werewolves they represent raw, masculine power as they power through their bodies, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah, I definitely respect a werewolf fetish more than a general furry fetish.
Yeah, that's right.
More reasonable to me.
So I'm totally Edward. No, wait, who's the other lad in Twilight?
No, Edward. Edward was the werewolf, unless you're thinking of Jacob.
It's Jacob. Jacob's the werewolf. I'm Team Jacob. Twilight!
How could you not be Team Jacob? I mean, you look at the commercials and you're just like, damn, look at him. He's ripped.
Oh, yeah. Like, I don't know why the ladies like Edward Cullen, but...
Seriously. It's really problematic.
I hope in the water of elephants, the elephants stomped on, Edward Cullen. So, that was a film.
You lost me there.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so in the thread, Spuzwick, he says one of the best quotes, by the way, in regards to the character Ruby. He says,
This fucking Elmer Fudd looking, disgusting snoot nose, pet owning, racial stereotype would benefit looks wise by a good facial burn.
wow. You know what? I kind of like this Spuzwick character. In fact, let's make him member of the week.
Yeah, Spuzwick.
He makes me spuzz in my pants.
Yeah. He gets my wick lit.
So Spuzwick, he's got a leaky avatar, which is the bucket that leaks in Banjo-Kazooie. He joined in 3rd of March 2014, and essentially he joined straight after Tropical Freeze was released. So he's either joining on the high of the recent Donkey Kong universe renaissance, or the beginnings of the twilight of the Dark Ages again.
Of the second Dark Ages. Yeah, it's really hard to tell where we are right now as a community, as a fandom. And, I feel like E3 is really going to shake out our future pretty hard here. But, when you're talking about people joining, you also have to question how long they've been reading for.
Yeah, that's right. He might have been lurking for quite some time, really. Hey, and I think that's the case with a lot of the members or the guests on the DK Vine, because, they like to have a look at what we write, and they laugh at how stupid we are or how intelligent we are. But sometimes I find you have some weeks where you have nothing to say in the forum.
Oh, yeah. And the forum's just like a ghost realm.
Yeah, pretty much. Or it's active as hell, but none of the topics take your fancy.
Yeah, it's like, I don't feel like joining in on that one.
Just like a cat.
Yeah, just turn around and leave.
Yeah. So, Saf, why is Spuzwick our member of the week?
The reason Spuzwick is our member of the week is not just because his great posts have caught our eye in the several weeks he's been here, but because he took up a challenge posed on the conversation.
Oh, really? And which episode was that?
Did you have the episode listed down, or did you just expect me to know that off my
I
head?
just expected you to know. I wasn't going to go through every episode just to find this one quote that Heil said. So,
I couldn't even tell you where it was, like remotely. Couldn't tell you how they got on that topic.
what exactly did Spuzwick do?
Well, Chad had posed out there for any aspiring DJs to remix Heil saying, "I think Dixie is the ideal mate," and put it to a techno beat.
That sounds like a good challenge, isn't it?
Yeah. And, I believe it took a while for anyone to take them up on it, but Spuzwick stepped up and delivered.
And he delivered good. And you get to listen to the Ideal Mate song at the end of this episode.
And also, I believe, probably on the conversation next week. They seem to be hinting towards that.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
See, I've been so busy trying to plan out these episodes that I've really only listened to this conversation, which was a brilliant episode. Alistair is a great guest on that show, and perhaps we'll have him on the forum watch in the future. What do you reckon?
Alistair here? You think he'd really mix with us? He seems a little polite for our rough and tumble discussions. I wouldn't want to offend him. Wouldn't want to offend his sensibilities.
Probably jump in like Crocodile Dundee and be like,
G'day, mate. Well, I'm ready to do some bloody podcasting, eh?
and we'll be like, whoa, Alistair, bloody hell. Yeah, well.
And then it turns out he was just doing a voice on the conversation.
Everyone will be like, where's Sam? That's another conversation reference. No, they'll be like, well, we thought Saf sounded like Burt Reynolds. Scraps, we thought he sounded like a South African lad. And Alistair, we thought he was polite, but now he sounds like Crocodile Dundee. Yeah, but the thing is,
Spuzwick, he's had a bit of craziness this week, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
So what sort of craziness has he been up to, Saf?
Well, he posted out there about his concern for the lack of a biography for the Sand Eels from Banjo-Kazooie. Those classic characters, I'm sure you remember, right? I mean, I remembered as soon as I saw the thread. I was like, oh yeah, Sand Eels, I remember those.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that brilliant? These sand eels.
Like, where did this guy come from? How did he not find us before? Like, he comes in, he's kicking ass as strong as any of us, but like, did he just never think to Google for a Donkey Kong site? Like, what's up with this?
Yeah, exactly. Or do you reckon he's like an explosive member, as in he comes in for a short while, explodes with all these brilliant posts, and then he'll suddenly go quiet?
Well, whether Spuzwick sticks around or whether he flares out, I feel like we'll still be talking about him 10 years from now and his brilliant techno remix.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we'll be playing that on and on and on, like the ideal mate. Ideal mate. I don't know. I forgot how it even goes. But anyways, back in the Sand Eels thread, he's sort of right. The funny thing about those sand eels is they literally look like penises. Their skin color is a sort of like pinkish, sort of beigeish color.
Like all skin.
The head looks like a knob, and it's one of those things that we've missed. No one in the DK Vine until today, or until Spuzwick posted, has noticed that Rare has been shoving their penis right in front of kids' faces.
Which is weird because penises are the sort of thing that are on our mind constantly. We're always looking for them.
That's right. And Spuzwick, he says, ooh, I'll give him a heroic voice because I approve of this. Look at that face. Those eyes. This is the face of a selfless, shining example of a good man. A man you trust watching your kids or being alone with your wife. Hell, I'd vote for the guy.
Vote for the guy for what?
I don't know. Looking like a penis. Oh, well, Obama got elected.
Oh, oh man.
A big black cock.
He kind of looks like Diddy Kong, actually. That's not even racist. He looked like Diddy Kong. I'm sorry. Had to say it. Had to throw that out there.
Maybe if you give him a red cap.
Well, yeah, you'd have to dress him up to see the full resemblance. You'd have to stick him in a minecart with a giant gorilla.
Let's pose a challenge to the audience. We'd like to see an image of Obama with a red Diddy Kong cap and a red shirt with stars on it.
Yes, if you would like to ruin your credibility forever for this podcast, please post those to the thread. We would enjoy having them. We'll even display them on the show.
I'm looking forward to this, maybe.
I can't tell if this episode is great or terrible.
I think, you know what, this episode's going to be a bit like Transformers. The first episode might have been great, but the second one was a complete piece of rubbish. So, yeah, essentially in that thread, essentially the thread goes into talking about whether they're just drones. And people talk about, well, I think it's Chad, because, he's in that disapproving stage, he's like, the drones and the ice water or something, and, essentially, they kind of kill it. And the thing is, they're interesting characters. They really do deserve their own bios, and Spuzwick, he deserves a sand eel avatar.
Oh, that he does. That he does.
We are championing Mr. Spuzwick to get a sand eels avatar. Whoever can do it, we'll make mention of it in the next episode. So I really hope he gets his cock-shaped avatar.
Come on, listeners. Do all this work for us.
Yeah.
Bring our ideas to life.
We say it, you do it.
But people love us, don't they? Certainly they'll listen to us. Certainly they'll throw down hours of their time on our slightest whim.
Well, not after this episode.
all that positive reaction will be chucked into the toilet and never to be recovered. Speaking of toilets, I think we also shoved our due diligence down the toilet, just like we're going to shove Coupol down the toilet too.
There you go, Coupol. Mentioned you again. Be happy.
And another thing is, if anyone has any forum statistics, such as daily or weekly posts, like numbers and all those shenanigans, we'd like you to let us know how we can find out how active the forum is on the week, and we can make mention that on a weekly basis.
You know, I actually have a bunch of the daily top poster listings saved as images on my phone. I could probably data mine those and do some statistical analysis, give us something to talk about.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Oh yeah, everybody loves numbers.
Oh yeah. 70% of statistics are true.
Oh yeah, 50% of the time.
And 69% of the time, they may be incorrect.
88% of the time.
With an additional 59 digits to add to that.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't even know where we're going with that. Speaking of statistics and numbers, there's a thread saying that Donkey Kong drives Wii U sales.
That it had. That was such a good thing to see after the news that it kind of flopped in Japan.
Yeah, but as we all know, Japan sucks.
Japan. What have they ever done for us?
No idea. They never buy our games or anything, and all they do is bomb Pearl Harbor, those bastards.
Again and again and again, every couple of years.
Again and again and again. Despite the success of Tropical Freeze, as Cobble says, it still should have been Metroid.
This has been produced by
STD.
and
If there are any aspiring DJs out there, please sample Heil saying I See Dixie is the ideal mate and create a techno remix out of it.
I see Dixie more as the ideal mate, the ideal mate, the ideal mate. 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 I see Dixie more as I see Dixie. I see Dixie more as the ideal mate. The ideal mate. The ideal mate. Dixie, 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 Dixie. The ideal mate.